Good morning everyone, welcome back to the RCS Tuning channel. Obviously going to do another video today with this nice RS3 8P. Obviously Ben's underneath at the moment, unplugging the Howell decks as we've only got a 2-wheel drive dyno. Bit of a background, but we can't go too much into at the moment. This car's came to us, been tuned elsewhere, and every time he turns the ignition on now he's getting a fault code, but there's actually no codes when you diagnose it, so we're going to put it back to stock and go again. But first of all, what we need to do is bench tune it and take a read off the map, analyse it to actually see if there's anything being done incorrectly and go from there, so stay tuned.
Okay, so we let Rich do the intro today just to spice things up in the video so you don't always see me all the time. I'm probably sure you get pretty bored of that. Right now we're just warming up the car on the file that's on it at the moment. I'm just going to make sure the car is happy on the dyno and just see what is sort of happening with the map, and then we'll get on to thrashing it back to start, sort it out. And yeah, then we'll get straight into it. We'll keep you updated as we go along, and then hopefully we can pull some good numbers for this customer.
This is what he needs when he needs to finish the map.
Boys, how good or bad was it?
Well, to be honest, Mike, as you can see from the graph here, it's not great. You know, it's coming, considering it's tuned already, it's coming under stock horsepower, 312 horsepower and 374 foot-pounds. And as you can see on the graph here, it comes on strong, starts to build, and then at 5,400 RPM, it just dies straight away. And it's just a right mess really. So it's going to go back to stock now. We're going to rerun it again to make sure the car is solid, it's not the map's fault, or if it's the car's issue, and then we can go from there then. But hopefully it's just a software problem. Back to stock, make stock figures, and we can continue tuning and get this car back to how it should be.
Well, Ben, didn't sound like that went too well, did it?
No, Michael, it didn't. No. So, obviously, carrying on, we did the first run, and the car was limited to like 5,000 RPM, and it dropped all boost after that. So we put the car back to completely original data, and we just rerun it again, and it's dropped 4 horsepower, but it's still dropping that boost at 5,000 RPM. So what I'm doing now is having a quick visual inspection of the engine bay just to make sure everything is A-OK and tip-top in there, as much as obviously we can see without stripping things down. If this checks back okay, then obviously then we're going to have to put some more time into looking at the data that we removed from the previous map from the Barn Boys. Alright guys, so another day on this RS3 again. Well, we've got a free afternoon at the moment. We can jump back on this RS3 and try and get back to the customer. So while Rich is upstairs at the moment, analysing the data that we extracted before we even started with this vehicle, myself and Michael are down here on the dyno here, so we're going to get some data logs on it, because obviously then the more information that we pull from the car, the easier it is to try and pinpoint where exactly this fault is coming from. It seems to be a bit of a headache at the moment. So keep updated and we'll be back as soon as we can.
All right, Rich.
How you doing, Mike, right?
Yeah, not too bad. Can you just give a quick update on how it's going?
Not great. So, anyway, under inspections of the logs you've sent across, we can actually see that it's limited on boost at 5k, just shuts off. Under inspection, after we've analysed the map, we can actually see that on the MED 9.1, which this car runs, that if the car is not flashed with the correct tool, you can have a checksum error, which we're getting, which is also known as the death code. and it's actually come up with P0601. So basically what we've got to do now, it's messed up the EEPROM and the checksums, so now we've got to take the ECU out and basically fix it. But at the moment, what a pain, but no problem, we're going to sort it.
Okay, so after those couple of dyno runs, the car sounded a bit healthier. So I'm gonna go see Rich and Ben now, and hopefully we can find out if the car is healthy or not. All right, boys?
How you doing?
Yeah.
Right, talk.
So
Right.
how's it going? How are we doing? Getting on? Are we nearly there? Are we there? Are we done?
Right, let's give you a quick update. Right, obviously, as you've seen us, Mike, obviously the people haven't, but obviously we took the ECU out and we booted it. As in, not across the floor, although it come close, as in we booted it, so we've pinned it out and extracted all the data, fixed the EEPROM issue, which we also known as a def code, and put it back in. Cars runs perfect, holding boost right the way throughout the rev range, and now we've just put a stage 1 plus file on there for our customer, and there's no more lights on the dash. So I'm going to hand you over to Ben to show you the graphs and how it's all been.
Right guys, so obviously continuing from Rich, as you can see here, test 1 and test 3 here. So the test 1, the red one, is as the car come in. Limited boost there at 5,000 RPM like we spoke about previously. As we put it back to stock again, you can see here that the car has actually dropped by 4 horsepower. Big increase for the mid-range to be fair, but it's still limited boost at 5,000 RPM. As we've finished up now, we've booted it back out and fixed all the EEPROM issues as Rich ran you through earlier. You can now see that our stage 1 plus file is continuing right through there. Now you've got all the correct procedures in place and we've flashed it with the right tool. So we've finished up now with a nice, strong, happy, healthy 396 horsepower and 386 foot-pounds of torque.
Right guys, hope you enjoyed the video today. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Just want to say, unfortunately our customer learnt the hard way this time round, unfortunately with his RS3, but he's came to RCS now and we've fixed it for him. But all I know now is that all we can say to him is that the only time you want to visit another barn in the future is to go milk some cows. So guys, enjoy.